Let me ask you something. Are you feeling the pressure? You know that feeling. You scroll through social media and see these perfect lives. You go to the grocery store and everything costs more, and you have this nagging sense that no matter how hard you work, you're just not getting ahead. It can really feel like the game is rigged. But what if I told you there's a clear, data-backed roadmap? A way to not just get by, but to build real, lasting, generational wealth. In this masterclass, we are going to break down the exact systems the financially savvy use to achieve freedom. And look, this is not about skipping your daily coffee. It's about completely rewiring your approach to money. Let's get into it.
Just let that sink in for a moment. This isn't just some feel-good quote. This is a fundamental truth. Because here's the secret. Building wealth is way less about how much you make and way more about the financial systems you put in place. In this explainer, we're going to walk you through those systems step by step so you can make this quote your reality, no matter what your paycheck looks like right now.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to play doctor and diagnose the problem, the modern money traps designed to keep you broke. Then, we'll build our defenses by creating a financial fortress. After that, it's time to go on offense and calculate your personal freedom number. From there, we'll zoom out and talk legacy, how the truly wealthy do it. And finally, the most important part, we'll activate everything with a crystal clear plan for your first $10,000. This is your A to Z guide.
Okay, let's dive into part 1, the diagnosis. Think about it like this. You wouldn't try to build a skyscraper on shaky ground, right? You need to understand the land first. Well, our modern financial landscape is full of hidden traps that make building wealth tougher than ever. This isn't just in your head, it's real. So let's shine a light on these hidden forces so we know exactly what we're up against. Okay, this slide right here gets to the heart of the problem. For our parents' generation, it was all about keeping up with the Joneses. You know, the neighbor gets a new car, so you feel like you need a new car. The competition was right there, in your neighborhood. You could see it. But for us, oh man, it is a whole different ballgame. We hold a device in our hands that gives us a 24/7 window into the lives of billionaires. We're not comparing ourselves to the Joneses anymore. We're comparing ourselves to people with private jets. The competition is global, it's constant, and frankly, it's completely unrealistic. So what does all this exposure to insane wealth actually do to our brains? Well, it triggers something called anchoring bias. It's a fascinating psychological quirk. Basically, our brains latch onto the first piece of information we see, the anchor, and it influences all our later decisions. So, when we're constantly seeing lifestyles that cost millions of dollars, that becomes our anchor. It completely warps our perception of what a normal, successful, happy life looks like. And it can leave us feeling like we're failing, even when we're doing just fine. And make no mistake, this is a battle, and it's being fought on a digital battlefield. We're bombarded with what are called temptation touchpoints. You see more ads and lifestyles in a single day than our grandparents saw in a year. Then you've got sticky pixels. You know that creepy feeling when you look at a pair of sneakers and suddenly they're following you on every single website you visit? That's not a coincidence. It's designed to wear you down. And here's the kicker. Our main defense, our willpower, is the only muscle in the body that actually gets weaker the more we use it. So by the end of the day, we're tired and we're much more likely to make an impulse buy. Add to that the explosion of buy now, pay later services, and you've got a system that is literally engineered to make us spend. Okay, enough of the bad news. We've seen the battlefield. We know the traps. Now it's time to build our defenses. Welcome to part 2. We are officially shifting from problems to solutions. We are going to build a rock-solid financial fortress using automated systems that work for you, so you don't have to rely on that faulty willpower.
First things first, we need a major mental shift. Let's talk about the B word, budget. For most people, that word feels like a straitjacket. It feels like a long list of all the things you can't have. But I want you to completely flip that script in your head. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. It's the tool that gives you explicit permission to spend money on the things you love without any of the guilt. It's what lets you say yes to that dinner out or that vacation because you know the money's there. It's about taking control.
So where do you start? A fantastic no-fuss guideline is the 50-30-20 rule. It's super simple. You take your take-home pay each month and you slice it up like this. 50% goes to your absolute needs. That's your rent or mortgage, your utilities, the essentials. 30% is for your wants. This is the fun stuff, dining out, hobbies, shopping. And then the most important slice, 20%, goes to future you. This is what you'll use for savings, investments, and crushing debt. The goal over time is to grow that 20% slice bigger and bigger.
Now, here's the magic trick to making that 20% happen without even trying: automation. This is how you take willpower completely out of the game. Sometime this week, I want you to log into your company's payroll portal. You're going to add a second bank account for your direct deposit. Make sure it's a high-yield savings account. Then you set it up so that 10, 15, or 20% of every single paycheck goes directly into that account. The rest goes into your regular checking account for bills and spending. It is a pay-yourself-first strategy, and it is a total game changer because the money is saved before you even see it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, so you're doing it. The automation is set up, money is trickling into that high-yield savings account, and that's when the next big question pops up. Okay, so how much do I need? When is it enough? When can I stop just saving cash and start investing it? It is a critical question, and believe me, the answer is not just a single number.
Your emergency fund is not a one-size-fits-all deal. You have to think about your specific life situation using a series of levers. Let's start with the baseline. If you're single with a steady, stable job, you're shooting for about 3 to 6 months' worth of your essential living expenses saved up. But if you're the main provider for your family, or you're a freelancer with an income that goes up and down, you need a bigger cushion. We're talking 6 to 12 months. Now, let's pull some other levers. Are you in a highly specialized senior-level job? It might take you longer to find a similar role, so you should aim for the higher end of that range, maybe even more. Do you have kids or other dependents with special needs or ongoing medical costs? Again, aim higher. Remember, this money isn't there to make you rich. It's there to buy you time and peace of mind if life throws you a curveball.
Okay, our fortress is secure, the foundation is solid, the emergency fund is growing. Now for the fun part, it's time to go on offense. In this section, we're going to turn the vague, fuzzy goal of getting rich into a hard, cold number. A number that is specific to you and is one of the most powerful motivators you will ever have. We're going to calculate your FU number.
So what on earth is this number? Simply put, the FU number is the ultimate freedom number. It's the exact amount of money you need to have invested so that the passive income from those investments pays for your entire life, forever. It's the point where working becomes a choice, not a command. It's the number that gives you the power to walk away from a job you hate, a toxic boss, or any situation that's holding you back. It's true financial independence.
And you're not going to believe how simple the math is. Step 1. I want you to actually take a moment and imagine your ideal life. Not a wild fantasy, but a realistic, wonderful year. What does it cost to live where you want, travel how you want, eat what you want, and be generous? Add it all up to get your ideal annual expenses. Step 2, take that annual number and divide it by 0.04. Or, if it's easier, multiply it by 25. That final number, that is your target. That's your FU number.
Let's put some real numbers to this so it clicks. Let's say your perfect, comfortable, wonderful year costs you $120,000. So we take $120,000 and we divide it by 0.04. The result? $3 million. That's your number. Now, why does this work? It's based on something called the 4% rule, which is a well-researched guideline that says you can safely withdraw 4% from your investment portfolio every year without it ever running out. So, with $3 million invested, you could pull out $120,000 every single year, and your money would essentially be working for you forever. If you're finding value in this video, please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.
So, we've built our defense, we have our target for offense. Now let's zoom out and think even bigger. Let's talk about legacy. This is where we move beyond just your own financial freedom and start thinking about building wealth that lasts for generations. We're going to look at some of the insider strategies that wealthy families use to protect and grow their money, not just for their kids, but for their kids' kids.
A core concept the wealthy use is something called financial choreography. It sounds fancy, but the idea is simple. Think of it like planning a dance routine for your money. Instead of making big financial decisions in the heat of an emotional moment, you plan it all out ahead of time on a sunny day when you're calm and thinking clearly. That way, when a major life event happens, a marriage, a death, the birth of a child, the plan is already in place, the steps are already choreographed. It takes the emotion and the guesswork out of the equation, which are the two biggest threats to a family's wealth.
A perfect, real-world example of financial choreography is a prenup. Now, I know these have a bad reputation, but let's reframe this. A prenup is not a plan to get a divorce. That's like saying car insurance is a plan to get in a car crash. It's not. It's financial insurance for the commitment you're making. And here's the thing a lot of people don't realize. If you don't write your own agreement, the government has already written one for you. It's called your state's divorce laws. A prenup just lets you and your partner take control and write the rules yourselves.
Now, to do any of this choreography as a couple, you have to talk. It's amazing how many people get engaged without ever having a serious money conversation. You absolutely have to get on the same page about these 4 things. What do you make, as in your income? What do you have, your assets? What do you owe, all of your debts? And finally, what do you spend on? Because that reveals your true habits and values. Having these tough, honest conversations early is the bedrock of a financially strong partnership. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've gone through diagnosis, defense, offense, and legacy. So, what now? This brings us to the final and most important section, activation. This is where the rubber meets the road. We're taking all this knowledge and turning it into a simple, prioritized action plan for your first major financial milestone. Let's say your first $10,000.
Here is your 3-step priority list. Number 1, and this is non-negotiable, is to attack any high-interest debt you have. I'm talking about credit card debt. It is your number 1 financial enemy. Once that's gone, your next priority is long-term investing. Keep it simple. A low-cost diversified fund like a target date retirement fund is a perfect place to start. And third, and people always forget this one, invest in yourself. Use some of that money to get a certification, learn a new skill, anything that can increase your income, because more income is the fuel for your entire wealth-building engine.
And if you're still not 100% convinced why that credit card debt has to be priority number 1, just look at this chart. The math is undeniable. The average interest rate on a credit card is a staggering 25%. At the same time, the historical average return of the stock market is about 10%. By paying off that 25% interest debt, you are giving yourself a guaranteed, tax-free 25% return on your money. You will not find a better, safer investment on planet Earth. It's a guaranteed win.
So there you have it, the complete roadmap. We've diagnosed the modern money traps, we've built a financial fortress, we've calculated your personal freedom number, and we've even planned for your legacy. You have the blueprint. You have the plan. The only thing left to do is act. So I'll leave you with this question. Looking at everything we've covered, what is the one single first move you will make to start choreographing your own rich life? Don't wait. The journey begins with that first step. Take it now.